I get all nervous on camera. You know what? I'm stupid. Take this out so they can see the EH. Boom. All right, welcome back to eHoops Performance. I'm Coach E. I got a special guest with me, one of my favorite teammates from the University of Texas, Ashley Gayle. We call her AG Mitts because she's catching everything. She's getting every block. She's getting every rebound. That's my baby. What's up? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So let's just start off giving a little introduction about you, your background, where you grew up, what sports you played in growing up, middle school, high school. Let's just talk about yourself. Brag a little bit.
Okay. So I'm from Vegas originally. I'm from Las Vegas. Grew up there. Was there most of my life. I played a lot of different sports growing up. I was always tall. I'm about 6'3". You can't tell right now, but I'm, towering over.
I'm a baby. I'm like a little ant.
So I've always been tall, but because my mom didn't grow up in the States, so she didn't know too much about basketball, so I wasn't shoved into basketball off the jump. She was just like, you got to play something. Every season, you got to do something. So
there we go.
I did everything from karate to soccer. That was my main sport for a long time when I was younger.
That's crazy.
I did tennis. I did ballet for 2 weeks and quit. I did hip-hop dancing.
You said 2 weeks.
Said, no, that's not for me. But
you got to know yourself.
Yes. And then luckily my mom was like, yep, that's fine. All right, on to the next.
Yeah.
So, I did all of that, and I never felt shoved into one sport or the other. And I played piano the whole time, like up until, I think, 7th grade. So I was always very active, but I didn't start playing basketball until 5th grade, and I was terrible. And my dad, my dad actually was my first coach.
Okay.
And I went to this little tiny private school, and my dad had played in high school and stuff, and that's where I get my number 22 from, because that's what he used playing. So yeah, he coached us 5th grade, and I was terrible, but it was a lot of fun.
Okay, good.
And then my mom had some contacts that, play basketball, and they saw me, and they're like, oh yeah, get her on our team. So started playing some club ball 6th grade, starting to kind of pick up the sport, and won our little middle school championship.
Okay. Rings and chips.
Yeah, we started to, I started to pick up, and I really liked it. And then I think it was 7th grade when we started going out of town for tournaments, and that's when I realized, oh, you can actually get a scholarship for college, because my mom didn't know anything about that.
Okay.
So, I started playing on different teams, started traveling, and then, freshman year of high school really picked up, and I think it was 8th grade where I had to decide which high school I wanted to go to. If I wanted to go to like the public school in my area, or if I wanted to go to a private school basically for basketball.
Okay.
There's also a college prep school. So I ended up going to the private school, Bishop Gorman. Some people might know it.
There you go, say it loud.
Kind of lit.
What high school? What high school?
Bishop Gorman High School, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay. So what was your AAU team name?
Oh man. Okay.
What you got, like 6 of them?
Well, the biggest one I played for was West Coast Elite. That was like the big Nike sponsored, like big time team that I played for in high school, and I got on their team I think sophomore year of high school. Okay. And that was when I was really on a mission to get a scholarship.
Okay.
I think that's probably later than what most kids are doing now, because I heard they're recruiting from like 6th, 7th grade.
No, dang well.
But so I started playing for them my sophomore year. I played for teams in Vegas, like local teams.
Okay.
And my high school coach was very involved in the basketball scene, and so she had us playing summer ball. And by sophomore year, she was like, okay, yeah, you need to advance on to the next level of club ball. Like, you don't need to be playing with us.
Okay.
So that was always, nice that she had my best interests, like knowing she could have easily asked me to play on her team, and I would be like, okay, coach. But I think she knew, like, okay, you need to go put yourself out there and get the most exposure that you can.
Yes.
By going and playing summer ball. So that was.
What's your coach's name? Go ahead and put that out there.
Cheryl Crumpetich, call her Coach K from Gorman. She's retired now, but her, and then Big Mike Carter, he was our post coach.
Okay.
We had a lot of really good coaches in high school, a lot of really good support system, and I'm really thankful for those particular coaches, because they always had our interests in mind and understood. Like, my coach has probably sent 50 girls to play after high school. She's like easily one of the top coaches in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And so she was always very mindful about, okay, yes, I could easily have these girls play for me in the summer, but why would I do that? That's to their detriment. Like, they should be playing up. So anyway, so we went through high school. We won 3 state championships in high school, so
Ooh.
I'm really happy about that, you know.
I got 3 rings. Yeah, I gotta see them rings.
I got 3 rings. But yeah, and I had a great team in high school. I think that if I didn't have the team I had, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because everybody's common goal was to win state. But I think when you're all working that hard as a unit, then the individual accomplishments come. Like, you don't have to work on just, okay, I need to get ahead. It's more of like, okay, what do we need to do as a team? And then collectively, y'all will start getting your accolades. So
that's awesome. That's awesome to hear from you, so that these other coaches and parents and athletes that will watch this interview can hear that and understand that.
Yeah.
Like, don't get wrapped up in yourself trying to be the one that scores and does everything, because you're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna wear yourself out. Make sure it's a team collective, because that's the easiest way to win when everybody's on board doing their specific thing that they really are good at. And then I like what you said about Coach being selfless and saying, you know what, you're better than this. You need to go over here with this team or that coach. And I think a lot of times AAU basketball, girls and boys, is so competitive. And there's, some coaches are out there and can possibly get college jobs, and so different things like that. And sometimes what the kid really needs is sometimes get put on the back burner. Because it's all about that organization or maybe that coach. But at the same time, we gotta all coaches and basketball representatives have to understand it's about the kids. Send them where they need to be. Let them go train with some other trainer that's a little better than you at whatever. Like, let that go. Like, they're gonna love you and thank you in the long run for that. And as coaches, it's not our credit. That's the kid. We're just helping them on the way. It's not you. It's the kid. It's the athlete. You gotta remember that. So that's cool. Real quick, so you played? You said you did karate for 2 weeks.
No, I did ballet for 2 weeks. Karate. I was what was I? A purple with 3 stripes. I was like 2 weeks away from getting a brown belt, and I was like, I'm done.
I'm done.
And my mom was always really good about, like, okay, are you sure? Yeah. Okay, you're done then. That's it.
Yes.
So I'm thankful that I'm kind of thankful my mom didn't play basketball, and I'm thankful that my dad never really like shoved me into basketball, because I just kind of found it. Okay, here, try it out, find it. Okay, you love it. People think because you're 6'3", like you automatically should be playing basketball. You automatically should be playing volleyball.
Yeah.
And I know some kids are in it from when they're 6, 7 years old, and their parents start living through them and all that stuff that I'm thankful I didn't have to deal with. But when you let a kid discover the love themselves without like shoving it down their throat, I think it's just a blessing, because they can make a choice. Okay, no, I don't want to play it anymore. I'll come back to it. And I think people, I don't know, from my perspective, people get caught up in like, if my kid's not playing when they're 9, they're never gonna play. Like, they're never gonna go to college for it, or they're never gonna like.
They get kind of antsy. Like, if you don't start now, you're gonna be behind. Like, not necessarily.
No.
So Sophia Young, she started, if I'm right, she started basketball in like 8th grade. Like late. And if you know Sophia Young, played for Waco, played for Baylor, went on to play overseas, WNBA, became a great player. So it's sometimes everybody's timing is different. And it's not necessarily you're behind if you start later in high school or later in middle school. It's just about, allowing that athlete to progress on their own terms. If they love it, if they're passionate about it, they're gonna progress fast. That's the thing, if they're not pushed into it. And since you were already talking about your parenting style and how your parents aided in your success and allowing you to be free on your choosing, that was one of my questions, is going into how her parents aided in her success. And so she's kind of already answered that question. And a lot of times as a skill coach, I do skill coaching and AAU coaching, there are parents that are just overbearing. helicopter parents.
Yeah.
And there's some parents that are actual coaches and basketball coaches, and I've seen at skill training, the parents are just still coaching.
Yeah.
Still coaching and not allowing their athlete, their kid, to be with their coach that you're paying.
Yeah.
And that you want them to work with, and that they want to enjoy that hour when there's no mom and dad.
Yes.
Like for that
Get away
hour,
from it.
can you be a cheerleader? Yes, or just go. Like go do some errands, go shop. Can you just be a supporter? Can you be their cheerleader? Sometimes they just need a cheerleader. After a bad game, they don't. They know it was a bad game. They know they turned the ball over.
Yeah.
They came out and sat for it. So they don't need to hear like, "Why did you do that?"
Yeah.
Like, well, honestly, if I knew not to do it, I wouldn't have did it. So
it's done.
We can't do nothing about it.
It's
like
done. Exactly.
Don't pester them. So
I think people kind of underestimate the effect that has on kids and the effect that it has on them, when they get to college and when they get out of college. And when you're a little kid, for most kids, they want to please their parents, right?
Absolutely.
They want to please their parents, but as a parent, you have to understand that your kid going out and playing as hard as they can, being a great teammate, are just as valuable as being the leading scorer.
Yes.
And you have to understand, like, eventually you have to take that coaching hat off, or that I used to be whoever.
Especially if you were a good athlete in whatever, or basketball. Oh, thank you. Help me out. Man, don't put the pressure on how good you were on your kid, or don't put the pressure of how bad you were, or not bad you were, like
so how bad
you were and unsuccessful you felt, that you want your kid to have way more than you.
Yeah.
They're gonna do what's coming for their lives. So let them enjoy it.
Yeah.
A lot of kids can't enjoy it because
There's
the first
a
thing they're thinking about, I gotta do good because of mommy, because of daddy, because of whoever's coming to see me.
Yeah.
Not because I want to do good.
Yeah.
It's just so much extra anxiety and pressure that kids can't enjoy it and they can't focus. And then when they do have a mistake, they already got coach yelling at them. They already have kind of that pressure of their teammates kind of relying on them to do the right things. And then here comes that parent like,
take the coaching hat off. You just have to be a parent sometimes, and just the same way you tell a kid, okay, good job, you got an A on that paper, that's great, or you got a C, okay, we need to pick it up.
Yeah.
But you need to be able to take the coaching hat off and just be a supportive parent, and not impose all those other pressures on the kids, because they feel it. Like when you're younger, your brain is going through many different things because of hormones. Anyways, you're extra super sensitive to everything. Anyways, so like you said, the kid knows when they mess up. They know. You'll know if they don't know. But 9 times out of 10, if you're already like that parent that's sitting on the sideline and the coach is talking to them and you're like, put your right foot up, put your hand up. They don't need that.
Oh my God.
And it's disrespectful to the coaches.
Yep.
It's disrespectful to trainers. And you're paying 9 times out of 10, you're paying for their time. So give them their time. And you're ultimately being a distraction. So if you you're being a distraction.
Get closer to the camera.
A distraction. So if you've got to check yourself on that and remove yourself from the situation. So whether that means bring a book, bring your iPad, leave, go down the street, go grab a burger, go somewhere else. And when you get in, when the kid comes in the car, unless they initiate and say, Coach, you taught me this and blah, blah. If they go into talking about school, just let them talk about school.
Yes.
You don't need to, I wish somebody would have told me when I was younger that, like, it's not that serious, because I'm known to take things super serious. And when you're a kid, I see kids now, and sometimes you just want to reel it in and be like, just have fun. Like, we don't have to overanalyze your 1 hour practice or your shooting session. Just let it be, and let them be kids, and let them enjoy the time. Because especially if your kid is going to go to college and play a sport, they're going to have plenty of time to overanalyze everything.
They're gonna have to analyze when they get to college and pro.
So give them a chance to just back up off of them, and let them kind of blossom into the type of player that they're going to be. Let them have the space to take in the knowledge that they're being given by the trainer, by the coach, by whoever, without you being a distraction. So check yourself.
Check yourself. That's perfect. That's great advice. Just remember, giving them space because it takes time.
Yeah.
You're going to be training. Kids are training with certain trainers for years and years and years, and you might not see it when they're young. But when they do get to that freshman year or sophomore year in high school, you're going to see it. So you have to do the work before you actually see it, and you have to give them time to understand what they're doing and keep enjoying it. And just get off their back. Get off their back, man.
And if kids want to play other sports, please let them.
Yeah,
Please
let them
don't
dibble and dab on different sports.
Yes.
They will tell you what they really want to do if you will allow them to have that opinion.
Yeah.
And then they'll tell you, like, I don't want to play basketball anymore. A couple years later, I want to get back into it. Okay, let's go. Just support them.
Yes, just let them do whatever. When I was in high school, I did high jump and I threw discus, and I did